So here's our lesson for the week. Left hand, these two fingers, right? And we're playing on the A string and the D string, so that's the second and the third string. Remember, you want to keep your hand close to the fret. Remember, you want your hand open, right? You don't want to be like grabbing onto the neck like this. It's really hard to do, hard to play that way. You want the guitar comfortable against your body, maybe out just a little bit. You kind of have to figure that out for yourself. So that's an E minor. And with your right hand approximately striking across this part of the strings here, you can just go like this with your thumb and strum. That's a nice sound. We'll come back to that. Your next chord is an A minor. And looking here, keeping these two fingers together, you're going to move them down one string, although put this finger down first. This finger is going to go on what's called the B string, so it's the fifth string from the top, or the second string from the bottom, first fret. So here we're on the E minor. If you put this finger down first, then move these two down one string. You're now playing an A minor. Now you got to go back to the E minor. Again, keeping this finger down and using it to kind of root your hand. You keep these two fingers together, and then you move to your E minor. And now I'm just going to use my thumb and go back and forth between those two. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's nice. I mean, that's just lovely music with just these two chords. And that's probably enough for a week. But if you want to work a little bit more with your right hand, instead of the thumb, you could start using your fingers. You go. So that's a different sound. That's probably enough for a week, but just for fun, we'll add one more. If you want to, with this hand, you could start going down and up, down. Now, I'm going to give you another notion. Initially, you're probably going to want to practice your left hand separately from your right hand. So you would practice just silently, or maybe just like do this, and then do this, then do this. So what you're doing is you're practicing just the left hand, and you're so that you get to focus on just the left hand and not worry about the right hand. And the next thing you could do is you just work on the right hand. You can either mute the strings and just practice your stroking, right? With your thumb, with your nails, up and down. And that lets you, if you don't have the distraction of thinking about your left hand, you get to think about what your right hand is doing. Now you could also fret your chord and then not change, so you're getting a nice sound. Get to practice one hand at a time. That's really important, because if you're thinking about your left hand, your right hand's going to fall apart. And if you're thinking about your right hand, your left hand initially is going to fall apart. Okay. All right.